Hello and welcome everyone. This is Iron Ports, the program that brings Ghana's ports and maritime industry closer to you. It is proudly brought to you by Ghana Revenue Authority, Goil PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link, Meridian Port Services and Phoenix Insurance. Iron Ports is powered by Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. US earlier in May, the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority presented figures from the 2023 Non-Traditional Export Statistics Report. And we were happy to find out that Ghana racked up close to $4 billion in non-traditional exports. This week we sat with GEPA officials to help provide proper perspective into this performance. Take a listen.
Let's delve into
so thank you. So for the non-traditional export statistics for the year under review, which is 2023, the total figure, as in your intro, it was officially launched on the 6th of May. The figure is 3,944,146,717. Now, so that is 3,944,146,717. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now that is against a figure of about 3.53 billion 2022. So you will notice that there's a growth.
A growth, yes.
Now the growth there is about 11.75%. Unlike the 2022, where we did 6% growth.
Okay.
All right. I know when it comes to figures, it's an interesting discussion to always have. So I'm trying to not to be too figures, okay. But as much as possible. Since that's the focus, the meat of this evening's discussion, we will necessarily have to be mentioning some of these figures. Yeah.
How has Ghana's 2023 non-traditional exports contributed to the total national exports as compared to the previous years?
Yeah, great. So thank you. So normally we look at total merchandise as against non-traditional exports, and then compare what we have. 3.94 billion. The total merchandise export is 16 billion. Reference Bank of Ghana. So if you do a simple mathematics, we've contributed 24% to the total merchandise.
So this increment that you recorded, this 11% increment, what's accounted for this increment?
So a lot of things have accounted for that increment, particularly some of the programs that we have rolled out and all that. Yeah. And then also special attention being given to specific sectors and all that. And then we also realized that some of the support that some of these institutions, some of these companies have also received is also helping them to expand. And demand has also gone up. You would agree with me that if there is no demand, then of course businesses wouldn't like to just produce and keep them down. And so once there is demand, you produce more and all that. But let me also quickly say that, there is a target to meet. Okay. And there's a target to reach. And that target is a 25.3 billion US dollars. Okay. And that target stems from the National Export Development Strategy. You see, and this strategy was launched in the year 2020. And it's a 10-year strategy, meaning that by 2029, it has to expire. And by the 2029, we need to have this 25.3 billion USD. Now, as at the time, the 2020, when this document was launched, we had a total NTE of, I think, about 2.8. Okay. 2.8 billion. Okay. Now, so if you look at being at 2.8 billion
in 2020, yeah,
and we are talking about moving from 2.8 all the way to 25.3 billion. I mean, it's
unrealistic.
It is very, very much realistic.
Really?
But it means we need to work extremely hard.
Okay.
We need to work extremely hard. And so there are several interventions that have been put in place. And my colleague has spoken about some of those interventions. Okay. And this National Export Development Strategy document is hinged on 3 pillars, which basically he has talked about. The capacity building is one key thing, because you cannot grow beyond the knowledge that you possess. you see. And so if you want to grow, you need to have knowledge in that field. And that is the reason why the export school is being taken very seriously now. And so there are a whole lot of things that, we are doing at the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. And that is what has contributed significantly to this 11.75% that was recorded in the year under review. That is the 2023.
So with coconut, yes, as an authority, I did even mention that under our supply-based expansion programs, coconut is one of them. So we have the coconut revitalization program, which over the year, what GEPA has done is to kind of provide the seedlings to farmers and also support them with inputs which will help them to be able to produce for the export market. Now, aside that one, there are others. Chris, we've been running the Coconut Festival, which is in the third year running. We have what we call the Coconut Festival, which we run every year, and it's gone actually international. And we do this in collaboration with the Coconut Federation of Ghana, and we also work effectively with FAGE, Federation Association of Ghanaian Exporters, and other related bodies, and now also the Tree Crop Development Authority. So in collaboration with these institutions, we are really looking at ensuring that we sustain the gains made and also to expand. Truth is, I remember we did through Logistica in Berlin, which is a trade fair. Ghana has been participating over the year. Courtesy GEPA, taking a number of FAGE members there. And I do recall that on one of those occasions, there was, yes, the demand is there, but the challenge with coconut, again, has to do with our ability to meet the orders. That's the truth. Okay. So there is demand for Ghana coconut.
Okay.
All right.
But we are not able to meet that.
We are not able. So, for instance, Solomon, they come to you that, okay, I need a 20-footer container of coconut monthly. Will you be able to deliver? That is a challenge. So, yes, we go out there, we do market access programs, we showcase made in Ghana products, we tell people how good our shea butter is, but when there is demand, will our people be able to effectively deliver on record time?
But that should be your response. I mean, that's why you are there. So you should be able to build their capacity.
So that is why
we be able to, if need be, I mean, finance them to be able to do that.
So that is what we are doing. It's not a one-day matter. Okay. That is why I'm just pointing to the fact that necessitates the coconut revitalization program and the rest of the interventions within that particular value chain.
In my earlier response, I did indicate that there are a number of interventions that GEPA is implementing. And some of those interventions, you don't see the results immediately. And this is one of such. Okay. Because when you plant the coconut seedling, within a year or two, you will not see results. It will not give you fruit that you can export. So these are some of the things. And so let's give ourselves, some 5 years, 6 years, and then we would really see the results, from the interventions that we are implementing. And that is when we can realistically tell whether we are getting closer to $25.3 billion or not. And let me also quickly add that during the second International Coconut Festival that was organized here in Ghana, we had the president of the Coconut Federation of Nigeria coming to Ghana. And I was privileged to be in that meeting. And that woman said that in Nigeria, if coconut is not from Ghana, nobody buys it.
So what is special about Ghana?
You see,
Ghana coconut?
The quality and even the taste of the water in the coconut. Okay. It is something that is exceptional. Okay. And then the woman said that about 80% of the coconut that Nigeria consumes comes from Ghana. So it means that just close by us, we have, countries that need some of these products. Like my brother said, do we have the capacity to be able to meet these demands? And that is the reason why GEPA started this program called the Coconut Revitalization. And through this intervention, we believe that in the next couple of years, we would be able to meet all those demands. And then you see the export values and, statistics soaring up.
So you just heard from GEPA on 2023's performance when it comes to non-traditional exports, and we even hope that 2024 presents better figures. Now let us hear a few comments from you on the subject we have just discussed after we go on break, and then we'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
This comes from Ohima from Tema. She says, "Good evening, Iron Ports. GEPA is really doing a good job and I commend them. However, most of our SMEs are struggling to get their products on the international market due to high cost of production, packaging and logistics in our country. How is GEPA liaising with the other stakeholders to ensure that the cost of doing business is bearable for the Ghanaian exporter?"
And the good news is that SMEs whose capacity will not necessarily be able to do a 20-footer container, we're able to consolidate their products together and we ship them to Kenya, put them inside that trade house and they buy. The trade house concept is just like a China mall. It's a place where you find only made in Ghana products. And Solomon, I'll tell you what, there's high demand for Gary in Kenya. There's high demand for shea butter and the rest of it. So our friend who asked the question should just visit us.
Guys, no, I'm tired. I'll go on a date with whoever gets here first.
Princess, really? Okay, I dey come.
Shut up!
Mame, feel me tank na mo ati. Boss, fill my tank with Super XP Raw 95.
Blow up with Super XP Raw 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goil.
Sorry, Tony got here first, so I'm stepping with him.
Oh, cut him. Hey, go for na.
Choose Super XP Raw 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Always go for Goil Super XP Raw 95. Goil, good energy.
Goil is good energy. Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah, our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the IC covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance. Oh, Ajima, tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. NPS. We connect. You thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Welcome back, viewers. Now it's time to get updated with some local news from our maritime and port sector. AMSOL Group, a leading specialist marine solutions provider with a Ghanaian base, has christened a bunker tanker at the Tema port, Danso River. The christening of the vessel showcases AMSOL's commitment to supporting the growth and development of Ghana's maritime sector while paying homage to the country's rich heritage. AMSOL in Ghana plays a crucial role in the country's maritime activities, including delivering marine fuel to international oil companies and fishing industry clients of Tema on behalf of Goil plc, which is the leading oil marketing company in Ghana. The naming ceremony, which took place in the port of Tema, was attended by key stakeholders including Honorable Kwame Osei-Prempeh, Group CEO of Goil plc, Her Excellency Grace Jeanette Mason, South African High Commissioner to Ghana, Sandro Opoku, Director of Port of Tema, among many other dignitaries. This event marked not only the change in the tanker's name, but also celebrated a partnership between AMSOL and Goil. After 3 years of dedicated service to clients, this ceremony reflects AMSOL's commitment and roots in Ghana's maritime industry. Addressing the gathering, Her Excellency Grace Jeanette Mason stated that she was excited for this step by AMSOL Ghana as it represented a very significant milestone in the maritime industry, not just for Ghana, but for Africa as a whole.
Well done. May we continue strengthening, creating African solutions, and creating this Africa, begin to trade amongst each other on the African continental free trade area, but also use the opportunities of the blue economy and what it can provide for our respective economies.
Speaking at the event, the chairman of Goil, Kwame Osei-Prempeh, stated that the naming of the vessel further solidified relations between AMSOL Ghana and Goil, as the bunker tanker will improve Goil's operations.
South African partners, AMSOL, South Africa, and their Ghanaian partner, AMSOL Ghana, have been very, very supportive of Goil. The vessel coming back, and it has not come back as MV Christens, it's come back as MV Danso, which means it's our own.
The CEO of AMSOL Ghana, Kojo Kwenu, appealed to government to reduce taxes on bunkering to boost the industry. Majority of the vessel's crew members are Ghanaians.
The Chief Executive Officer and the Executive Chairman of Ghana Link Network Services Limited, Dr. Nick Dasweje, has been honored with the prestigious title of Ghana's Entrepreneur of the Year. This marks the 6th time Dr. Dasweje has won this esteemed accolade, affirming his status as one of Ghana's leading entrepreneurs. Under his leadership, Ghana Link Network Services Limited has revolutionized trade facilitation in the region, and with the implementation of the Integrated Customs Management System, ICUMS. The system has been pivotal in enhancing operational efficiencies at Ghana's ports and borders, which in turn has significantly increased government revenue and improved the ease of doing business. The company itself also garnered the Trade Facilitation Company of the Year award, recognizing its robust implementation of the ICUMS and its impact on the trade ecosystem. Reflecting on the awards, Dr. Dasweje said the award fuels Ghana Link's commitment to continue improving its services.
At companies were near we know fine for the category of Ghana. For the more so the next time
Dr. Danso J, addressing young entrepreneurs and the youth of Ghana, emphasized the importance of focus and diligence in achieving one's goal. His repeated recognition as Entrepreneur of the Year is a compelling reminder of the impact steadfast leadership and innovation can have on a business and community.
The third Made in Ghana Bazaar, a 3-day flagship program of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, has taken place in Accra. The bazaar was held under the theme, Promoting Made in Ghana Goods and Services for Economic Prosperity. During the opening ceremony, the Minister for Trade and Industry, K.T. Hammond, commended the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration for the event, which is aimed at promoting Made in Ghana goods and services on the international market. The Trade Minister further encouraged the public to patronize Made in Ghana goods and services, which play a crucial role in the development of the local economy, as well as preserving the productive sectors of the country for future generations.
In our determined effort to take advantage of the after-gathered trade initiative, the government has facilitated exploratory market expedition missions to Kenya, including 63 companies, and to Tanzania, involving about 52 companies. Now, this has led to a total of about 700 products receiving what they call rules of origin certification to trade under AFTA.
The Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Mavis Nkansa Boydu, in her address, stated that the goal of the bazaar is to facilitate the penetration of Ghanaian products and services into foreign markets through the network of Ghana's missions abroad and diplomatic missions accredited to Ghana. She added that it will invariably support the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises by providing them with the needed impetus to expand into the international market, including the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Officials of state maritime institutions such as Ghana Port and Harbours Authority and Ghana Shippers Authority were present to guide visitors on the key offerings of their institutions.
The Ghana chapter of Professional Women in Maritime and Port Sectors for West and Central Africa, ahead of the International Day for Women in Maritime, met with aspiring female professionals to encourage them to follow their dreams. The Professional Association last Friday organized a mentorship session with senior high students from the Tema Senior High and Technical School to guide them towards their career goals and ambitions. The program was also an opportunity to demystify the maritime industry to students, where selected professionals in the technical fields of the industry spoke extensively about their jobs. According to the president of the network, Abna Sewa Opokufosu, the objectives of Network of Professional Women in Maritime and Port Sectors of West and Central Africa is to establish resource groups for friendship, cooperation, knowledge sharing and mentoring, as well as personal development.
We encourage girls to pursue their passion, break stereotypes, and explore maritime careers.
The Director of Education for the Tema Metropolis, Benis Ofori, in her remarks, urged females to honor the progress made in advancing gender equality in maritime vocations by reaffirming their commitment to supporting women in the maritime industry and advocating for policies and procedures that advance gender equality.
On this day, let's all renew our commitment to empowering women in maritime industry.
As part of the intended impact of the program, 10 female students have been selected to undergo tailored mentorship with selected professionals ahead of their tertiary education.
Let us now turn our attention to the global stage and pick a few international shipping and maritime related news. Norwegian container tonnage provider MPC Container Ships has christened 2 green methanol-ready 5,500 TEU container ships in South Korea. The newest eco-designed vessels were named Mackenzie and Colorado at a ceremony held at Korean shipyard HJ Shipbuilding and Construction. The vessels are designed for conversion to methanol operations, potentially achieving up to 90% emissions reductions with green methanol. Furthermore, they feature environmentally friendly designs that could reduce fuel consumption by 40%. The contract for the construction of 2 container ships was signed in April 2022. Now to our Word of the Day segment, where we introduce words, phrases, jargons, abbreviations that we often use in this industry so you can get familiar with them. Today we'll tell you what we mean by acquiescence. Acquiescence refers to when a bill of lading is accepted or signed by a shipper or shipper's agent without protest. The shipper is said to acquiesce to the terms, given a silent form of consent. It is now time to take a look at the schedule of vessels that have berthed in the ports of Tema and Takoradi and at the anchorages of both ports, like those behind me, as well as those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. This is where we close today's edition of Eye on Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, all Eye on Port content can be found on our YouTube channel, Eye on Port. Please subscribe, like, and give us feedback. Thank you for watching.